Welcome back to the Navy Sports Magazine. Obviously, the lacrosse season getting going earlier and earlier. The month of February, of course, we were spoiled a couple times this week with temperatures in the 60s. I'm sure for Natalie, Irwin, and her teammates, those were welcome at practice on the banks of the Severn. And number 5, as you all get ready to go one more time, as you enter this senior season, when you look back at what you've been a part of and what you all have accomplished so much over the 3 years you've been here, what drives you now through year number 4?
A lot. I mean, it's been a trip, and I'm just so thankful to be part of this team. And I think this year we're here to get back to the Final Four. I think the seniors and I have really met eye to eye, and this past fall we've done an incredible job, and we're just ready to get after it and just take one game at a time.
To be put in a position of individual leadership within the team concept, and you just mentioned it with the fellow seniors, because really, while there are captains, that whole senior group is really part of the leadership structure. How do you all come up with your own style, and does it kind of develop as you all go along? You may have an idea of what you all want to do, but is that something that just kind of takes place as practice and the season goes along?
Yeah, you hit it. I think we all, as seniors, have a role on the team, just collectively, and we just see eye to eye with each other. If it's like going to practice and just being like all in, or off the field with our underclassmen, we just make decisions together as a class.
How do you get the younger players, especially the ones that are brand new here? How have you all been able to get them to adapt through the fall to the level of expectation that players who've even come well before you, where they set that standard and expect you all to maintain that standard? How do you all introduce them to what you all are doing to make sure that each day they're upholding that standard as well?
From the beginning of practice, we go after it and we just go hard. And I think this year our freshmen have brought this new intensity to the team, which has been really great just to bring the entire level of our team up. And it's just like a new level of competition that we have with each other.
You mentioned the goal again is obviously to get back to the Final Four, but when you think about Navy women's lacrosse as a whole, compared to other programs, it's nowhere near as old as some of the others. And to see what Navy lacrosse has accomplished, really still somewhat in its infancy, uh, what does that mean to be a part of that and to obviously play for the greatest coach that's ever coached this game? I mean, you think of all the coaches that she has spawned from, her ability as a coach to be able to play for her and have this kind of success. What has that meant to you and obviously the other Navy women's lacrosse players?
It's definitely an honor. I'm just very humbled just to be part of this program, very blessed, and we're just trying to make a statement because when I'm an alumni and I come back 20 years from now, like I just think it's just kind of cool just to be part of that program, like a newer program than those older ones, and just playing for Cindy Timshaw. It's been an awesome time and an awesome 3.5 years. So I'm just taking this last season as it goes.
Has anybody put a Fitbit on her during the course of a game? Because when we broadcast the games and we watch her, we're guessing somewhere in the neighborhood of probably 3 to 5 miles during the course of a game. Accurate, or do you think it's more than that?
Oh, I think it's like around 6 to 7 miles. I think she's up and down that sideline. I think over the years, she's gotten more athletic. Her endurance has like increased. So I think it's a little bit more.
How much of that energy, though, is infectious for you all as a team?
100%, all of it. She is just great before the games in the locker room. She gets us all pumped up, and she is that driving force that really displays and shows what's going on the field. And it just like starts with her.
Obviously, at times you play some defense. At times you get to score goals. And as I like to, every time I talk to a women's lacrosse player, I think as any person that ends up in a defensive posture in this game, it conspires against you because this game has become so athletic. The attackers get bigger, they get stronger, they get faster. When you're in a defensive posture, because of the rules, I think that conspire against you. How hard has it gotten to defend in this game because the athletes just get bigger, better, stronger, faster every year?
That's what makes it fun. Defense is like my home. I started on defense my freshman and sophomore year mostly, and I just think being in that cohesive unit and just working with the girls that are just going to defend your goalie and your like home field. And it is definitely a challenge, but that's what makes the game fun.
What's it like to be a local product, obviously out of Bishop Ireton, and to be able to play Division I women's lacrosse local, where people can come watch you play and share in your experience here as a player?
I'm definitely spoiled. This coming up game, a bunch of my friends are be coming up. Neighborhood, family friends are coming all the time. Army, Navy of last year, tons of families came that I even know. So I'm definitely very thankful that I have my parents and family come almost every game, if not all of them.
What was your expectation of what Navy women's lacrosse and the Naval Academy would be? And now, how do you look at it in your senior season?
I wasn't sure, coming or looking up to the team. I wasn't sure how I was gonna fit in with the role, but with my class, I think we've just done a great job of just developing the team up to our senior year, and now the expectations are even higher, and we're ready. We're ready to prove that to everyone.
Is that the cool thing about being a competitor, is that you're in a program that actually has expectations? Because let's face it, you could have gone places where there really aren't these kind of
Right.
expectations, but that you all have legitimate expectations of going to the Final Four and trying to compete for the national championship?
Yes, of course. I just think that draws in a lot more recruits. And for us, it just gives us a reason to push ourselves and win for each other, just for our teammates, for our coaches. We're doing it for ourselves and just for like the name of Navy too.
All right. Appreciate the time. Best of luck as you all get the season going.
Thank you so much.
All right. Natalie Irwin joining us here on the Navy Sports Magazine.